just a kitten heel, or you can wear it with high
Literally,
heels.
and it's so cute.
It is so cute.
Oh, good.
I like that beginning part. I think we should just start there.
Well, welcome back to Meet Me.
Sorry.
I'm like, usually I let Molly do this, and I'm like, I'm going to do it today.
The
'cause
opener.
I'm like,
Yeah.
I mean, I love everybody that we interview. We just interview the best people, but I really love you. So I'm like, I'm taking charge.
I love it. I love you guys.
Yeah. So welcome to Meet Me in the Penthouse. And we truly have one of the most wonderful, amazing, incredible, beautiful, talented, all of the above women. I mean, every show, we just get even better and better and better with just so many quality women in Nebraska.
That's the best.
In Nebraska. I mean, of course, we've interviewed some from outside. But
I think we've surprised a lot of people, honestly. I think a comment we hear often is, I've driven through there, but we're putting Nebraska on the map. And
Yes.
Amy has said this, like, Warren Buffett ain't got nothing on us. Like, we've got some talented women in this state. So I think it's been fun to introduce
all of these
incredible
talented-
women to people all over the world, truly, all over the world.
Yes.
And you are two of the most passionate, amazing people I've ever met, and you guys just elude purpose. So I'm excited to be on the show.
Oh, we're excited. And as I see Amy's outfit, and those of you watching on YouTube, again, we had a common theme of an outfit, and I was thinking about that at 3:45 in the morning when I couldn't sleep. I thought, you know what? I should probably change my outfits that I'm wearing tomorrow, and I should wear the jacket that I bought from you.
Oh, girl.
When we didn't even know each other, I was
Such an
like, "Can I
amazing
buy
jacket.
that jacket from you? What is your Venmo?"
Yes, it's such a great jacket. It was a hit. It was a showstopper.
It was a hit, and it's on the front of your book,
Yes.
and we're going to talk about that too.
Yes, it's been a fun journey, and especially wardrobe is always such a key thing whenever you're looking at how to
Yes.
promote yourself in marketing, and it's a memorable thing. It's branding, so. And you guys were rocking it too.
Okay, you start.
Well, I have to just say, okay, so we met Shannon really not that long ago, but I felt like, you know how God places people in your life at just the right time?
Oh gosh, yeah.
We were placed in each other's
Yes.
lives, don't you think, at just the right time?
100%. Yes,
It's
there's
no
never been any
coincidence.
mistakes. Never
Yeah.
mistakes. And I think, I've connected really high in my Gallup strengths, and I absolutely don't believe in anything happening that's not for a reason. And you two women in my life have pushed me even further than I even thought I could go. So the support of your guys' mission and coaching and everything that you're doing is just so mind-blowingly cool and inspiring. So I'm honored to be your friend.
Well, thank you. And honestly, you came to an event of ours that we had for Sisters Next Door speaking, and
So randomly last minute.
And might I add?
oh my gosh, it's
might I
always the
add
last
by
minute.
yourself,
Alone.
by yourself,
By
alone.
yourself.
Which I love to do that, to be honest. I don't mind going places by myself.
I love that.
And we talk about that a lot, like the confidence it takes to enter a room alone, to come alone, to
Yes.
To know that you belong in any room you walk into.
Yes.
And you do.
Well, thank you. And I
Yes.
honestly walked in and I thought, I actually do know people here. Because there was a couple people that I
Yes.
hadn't ever completely connected with until I went into that room and was able to further connections and build from there. So I don't know. I just believe sometimes coming with people is almost a distraction.
That's
because
so
you feel like you
true.
have to entertain a little bit.
And I reverse Google imaged the sweater you were wearing.
We all did. My daughter did. Yes, all three of us reversed.
And more
image
importantly,
Shannon's
the fact that Amy and I could figure it out. That in itself is like monumental. So I love that that's where it started, because so much with women, and you said it in the beginning, like your wardrobe can,
Yes.
it's a part of who you are. It connects you.
Yes.
It's a great place to start a conversation.
It is.
Honestly.
It is really.
So
And I feel like clothes are such a thing, where I'm in the beauty industry. So as a person that, works just mostly with the neck up on people, I then added a boutique in my salon because we're so passionate about a head to toe look. I don't want to just take the cape off and go, oh, I want the person to feel like it's just an absolute full package when they walk out of there. So
Oh my gosh. Okay. Speaking of full package, you are the full package.
girl.
So let's get into it.
yes.
small town Iowa girl.
Yes. Yes.
Small town.
So small. We were just talking about, I think that we have in the last few years gotten a Dollar General, which was amazing.
Wow.
So, which, I mean, sometimes the small businesses can be put out from that, so, but that was kind of, I think, something that my town, it was only 1,200 people when I graduated. I had a class of about 31. I was fifth, but that doesn't mean.
I just saw
Not
you
to
at your
brag.
class reunion, by the way.
Yes,
on
I
Facebook.
did go back. I have the best.
Wait, what
class.
number
love that you
was
still
it?
have class
Was
reunions.
it
It's my
25, 30?
Yeah, we were all a little in shock. But I honestly, it's just such a blessing to have such a close class. We really actually still just admire each other. We had a blast. I mean, I think we laughed more that night about things. Came up with stories I didn't even remember. I'm like, I don't remember that. But, they had some pretty good stories. Apparently in my car. I don't really know. So
Hopefully your mom and dad don't listen to this episode.
I was a good kid. I was a pretty good kid.
But going from small town, I
Yes.
think a lot of people right off the bat limit themselves because we are in Nebraska.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of small towns in Nebraska. I know you're Iowa, but
Yeah.
they limit themselves right away with. And I hear that a lot from women. But I'm from a small town.
Yeah.
But I'm from a small town. I'm like, and so the desire to. I mean, did you always want to pursue the beauty industry? Were you always a creative? I always think people that are in that industry in hair,
Yes.
they're creative, and Amy literally is a creative like that.
Yeah.
I am not at all. So she was always like French braiding. I was just telling my
Yeah.
running group this. She could reverse French braid
Oh,
and
cool.
inverse
Yes.
French
Oh, yeah.
braid. Inverse, I believe it was called. She was, I know, very
I
good.
know, I
And
should
also
come to
she
the
could
salon.
start at the bottom and work its way up and a side. I mean, she could do it all
It always
like
starts
you.
with French braiding.
So is that, I mean, were you like creative? You were doing people's hair growing
Well,
up, or you were
The
just good
short
at your
answer is
No.
no. If you ask anybody in my hometown, I was on a journey to become a meteorologist in journalism.
Oh.
So my journalism teacher was very angry with me when she found out I was taking a left turn at Albuquerque and going into hair. So I feel like that was a big, huge shift for everybody. But I was always around my hometown hairdresser. I was working in that place, running the tanning salon. And I did 100 different things even then. But ultimately, I think that I'm inspired off of people so quickly. And I think that like you guys, I just get inspired off people and I just want to do even better, even more, even fun, just have fun.
Yes.
And there was strong women in my hometown that were entrepreneurs even back then, photographers. And, I'm a photographer. And then this hairdresser that her name's Donna Jenkins.
shout out to Donna.
Yeah. And Gina and all the people that really just influenced me early on. My mom was a strong female, even though she was a stay-at-home mom, like she really influenced me in my life a lot. And then my dad was an entrepreneur. So I feel like my brain didn't compute sitting in a school for 4 years or however long it would have taken
Right.
me,
Yes.
and then sitting
Yeah.
behind a computer because back in the 90s the computers weren't really what we did. Now
Yes.
it is definitely what we did. But
Right.
so anyway, I decided to go to Omaha, which we were trying to find the school, but back then we didn't have internet. So we were trying to figure out what the school name was out here, and it was, we figured it out. Long story short, I ended up moving up here all by myself at 18, lived with a few people I didn't know, and
See.
built my life here. So,
And I think I saw a video of you, like when you were 20, like
oh yeah,
interview,
19.
like
yeah,
and doing your
as a baby. Mhm.
Yes.
I did a show. I worked for the Garbo's salons here in town for the first 5 years, and great first experience. Very much busy. It was the
Yes.
place to be back then.
Yeah. Oh, I remember it. People would drive from Lincoln there.
Yes, and so I was raised with really, really amazing hairdressers, and they hired me is not the right word, but asked me to host their show, what they had on Cox Cable Channel 2 for about
Oh my gosh, I
24
remember that.
episodes. And so it's got to be
Channel 2.
Garbo's, yeah, and I was the host for like 24 episodes. And so that's where I got my start in media. But it was a shocker. And if you watched my first video, which you saw, I mean, I
Yes.
had short hair. I was rocking like a suit. And
I mean, you were fabulous. Truly, you were
90s.
fabulous.
And 20.
I was 19 at the time.
19.
Very
Oh my gosh.
early. I mean, it ended up being like 20, 21 by the time it was over. But
Okay, where did that confidence come from?
I don't know. I think growing up, my mom and dad, they always just believed in me from the beginning. And if I had something I was going to do, they just didn't question it. Do you know what I'm saying? I think I could do anything.
That's so
Yeah,
incredible.
and in my small town, I also believe that the town wasn't limiting enough for me. Believe it or not, they say small towns
Yeah,
sometimes they'll
yes.
feel limiting.
Yes.
I believe Lenox was a great start for me and I could probably still go back there if I wanted to, because I just feel like the people there are absolutely like they build people up. There's always going to be drama anywhere you go,
Right,
big cities,
right.
small towns, whatever. But I feel like the town I grew up in was just such a positive experience that I would go back. So. Now I won't, because I would rather go to New York City now.
Right, I know, which I think that's where you're heading with all of this. So-
Maybe one day.
Okay, so fast forward,
Yes.
you are at Garbo's,
Yes.
you decide I'm going to go and start my own business.
Yeah.
My own
So,
salon.
I worked at another salon very short time, maybe about 2 years after Garbo's, and realized a lot of the mistakes that people make in their business, I wanted to come into my own place, offer what I had to offer, and do it a different way.
Sure.
And so I began Seven with my business partner, Nikki. Her name is Nikki Haney, shout out. She's amazing. And we actually worked at Garbo's together, and then also at that small salon. She's also managed salons in Kansas City and different things. So she was kind of my big sister all the time. And we ended up partnering in 2004 and opening up Seven Salon at the time. And we just had, obviously no idea what we were doing, but fast growing salon. We ended up getting the Salon Today's top 200 fastest growing salons in the United States in like 2008. We had a bunch of accolades that were racked up super quick. Best of Omaha. We had Best of the Big O, which was I think the Reader back then. Did a ton of fashion shows. We were really, really hot in the late, 2000s and
fun.
stuff. But
And had no idea. I think that's
No.
big for everyone
Yeah.
that's listening is you did not know what that looked like. Fear was standing in the way. You were like,
Yeah.
we're going to do it anyway.
I got to plow through that. Yeah, and there was a lot of lessons to be learned along the way.
Oh, I'm sure it wasn't
we went
perfect.
through the crash of '08. We opened a second salon. We shut it down. We did make it through COVID.
COVID, yes.
So, if you look
Yeah.
at the journey of 22 years of being open in business, the amount of learning lessons that are there are more
Yes.
depth than I could have ever asked for in
And
a
just
class.
probably as many failures as you have success.
Yes. Oh, I have
if
failed
not even
publicly
more.
often. And I don't have a problem failing publicly. That is something I think people really strive to avoid. But I feel like sometimes when you fail publicly, I feel like that is something that can push someone else further in their journey to build somebody else
Yeah,
up.
yes.
So,
Good
I'm
point.
at
Absolutely.
fault for many things. And I will take that
Absolutely.
ownership and kind of move into that next, phase of my life and show how to get back up and keep going. So.
And that you have. You have gotten back up. You walked through the separation of a marriage.
Yes. Yeah, so in 2011, my husband and I were separated for a few months before divorcing. It took about a year and a half, I think, to actually divorce. It was a sad time for me.
Yes.
I had 2 little kids, so I was a single mom for a while. But I think that spoke to a lot of people, the resilience of my faith, the resilience of me staying in the business and not quitting
Yeah.
life. Because I think women, and I tell a story, I remember being on the couch and I had a red blanket over me. And I just remember, and I think I wrote about this in the book, but I just remember thinking to myself, the weight of that red blanket at the time was so heavy that I didn't know if I was going to get up off the couch, which people get to that level.
Yeah.
And I think it's not really a depression. It was an oppression, like almost like you're going to
that's
stay
good.
there
That's good.
and you're not getting up. And I was like, I had to fight that blanket off.
Yes.
I had to fight it off. And finally, when I got out of that mentality, and realizing my boys needed me, realizing that my business needed me, and that I had people backing me, that I was able to get up off my, couch and rock and roll again. Because I knew I have a purpose. All of us do.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
Amen.
So we got to stay above, what we can do.
Was there a defining moment under that red blanket or with that red blanket on top of you that you made the decision to get up off that sofa and get
Yeah. I think it was just knowing that I love impacting people, and sitting under that red blanket had zero impact. It was literally me rotting away, like me just in my self-pity, in my, anger, in my frustration with life. This isn't where I wanted to be. How did I get here?
Yeah.
And so I think ultimately I know that every story that's happened to me, which you read a lot of them in the books, I don't tell a ton, but there's enough to be able to link into it. But every story is now used in someone else's life to help them through it. And that was my journey from day one. I know this as a kid, that my stories help others, and I'm okay with sharing my things that happen
Yes.
to you.
Absolutely.
I mean, the situationships that happen, and I can use those for other people. So
They say you're most powerfully positioned to serve the person you once were, and you're using all of those. They all happen for you so that you can
Yes.
create this impact, that
Yes.
your ultimate impact. Yes.
which is wild. And it
Yes.
honestly started with kids. I've been in kids ministry for, gosh,
I know. I was
Since I was
just going to
16
say,
maybe.
like, okay,
Yes.
then this is the cool part of your journey that I absolutely love
Yes.
is with foster care. So, kids have been a huge part of your life.
yeah, it's been since I was a kid. VBS, I was teaching classes when I
Yes.
was a kid, or I was one of the actors that would come on
Of
for
course
the,
you were, singing the
camps
songs.
and things. I was always a clown or an Easter bunny or something in life. But one of the things that I was really drawn to about kids is that they mirror who you are sometimes.
Yeah.
And sometimes I think God
Yes.
uses that. Like where I'd be sitting at the altar with a kid praying, and she'd look at me and she's like, my parents are going through a divorce and this and that and this and that. And I'm like, that's me. Like, sister, let me get you, So I feel like there's a lot of us in kids still
Yeah.
that we, that God shows you, this is why you're here. And like the purpose starts to kind of drive. So I knew eventually one day I wanted to adopt. And that was how my journey started with my my ex-husband at the time now, was very, very early on. I knew that I had something special to offer as a parent. Little did I know that when we started the classes, 9 months later, I would be a parent, like almost like I was pregnant. Like, how did that even happen? So we started classes, and then literally 9 months later, I had the baby in my hands. So I was in the room when he was born.
Wow.
The reason why is because of a client who actually said, Shannon, we know of somebody that's looking. And back then, you didn't have
Right.
the internet. Like, you
Right.
didn't have Facebook, or you did have the internet, but it was, didn't have the community like you can have now. And she's like, I know somebody that's wanting to place a child. Are you interested? And I remember sitting in Von Mar parking lot that morning going, am I interested? Wow, this is like, the moment.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
then I said, yeah, let's have a conversation. The birth mom didn't call me till probably 4 months later, but it was
Wow.
wild. So,
So you did an open adoption?
yes.
Okay.
Yep, and she's still currently involved when she wants to be. She lives in Iowa now. She's great. I think she's one of the strongest women I know.
Oh,
So,
what a compliment.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
And what a handsome young man you have raised.
Yes.
Oh my goodness gracious. Yes,
Yep.
he is,
Seth is
just gorgeous.
Quite the kid.
And
Yes.
you've gone on to really advocate for families, for foster families. Is that part of seeing yourself in ministry of,
Yes.
is this like, if you would, being the,
Getting back, yeah.
exactly.
So it started with NCHS years ago. They would have me come on different things. Like I was on the TV for a couple of times. And in 2007 and 2008, there wasn't social media to show all of that off. I was
Right.
doing this behind the scenes. I was doing a lot of extra work. And then I partnered also with Release Inc., which is a foster care community. And then NCHS was the place that I went through to get Seth. But
Okay.
NCHS just recently nominated me for an award called Angels in Adoption through the Coalition for
I
Adoption
saw
Institute.
that.
Yeah, so Don
Congratulations.
Bacon actually will be
All these
awarding
years
that.
Oh,
later.
you're going to DC,
Yes.
aren't you?
DC.
Oh
So
my gosh.
that is
And this is what,
wild.
17 years later?
Yeah.
I mean, that is,
Yeah.
Yes.
talk about inspiration,
Yeah.
that it wasn't just the adoption, it was these,
it's actually 19 years.
gosh.
Yeah. So we didn't. Yeah, I had no. Like I didn't even know what that was. That Angels in Adoption Award, but apparently certain Barbara
Yeah, I'm
Bush
like,
has
tell
gotten
us
it.
about it. It's
Yes.
okay. We give you permission. Like, brag a
Yes,
little
we
bit.
want to hear about it.
The Coalition for Adoption Institute is out of DC, and so they put on this big, basically this educational event 2 days in a row. There's a big, huge luncheon that they give, or some kind of a dinner. I'm not sure yet. I don't have all the details.
You're like,
But
just
I'm
say yes.
learning.
Just
I am,
say yes.
I'm going to say
Yes.
yes, and then Don Bacon will read something on the House floor to present me with this. And so,
my
from what I
gosh.
understand. And then we will come back in October, so y'all got to be there and have like a what's it called, a reception. After I get back, he'll come and read that as well. He'll be there. So
We will be there.
yeah.
Oh
It'll be
my
fun.
gosh, what
I'm
an
gonna invite everybody.
honor.
Yeah.
And still like
Yeah.
present, even though you have your son, you've successfully launched him into adulthood. It's so neat to see that you are still giving back in that way.
Yeah, it doesn't stop. I mean, once you're mine, you're mine. When you're parenting anybody.
Yeah.
And I think with adoption, it's easy for parents to kind of go, okay, they're flying the coop. I'm done. My time is done. But that's not how I am as a parent. I'm going to show up as much as I can and try to steward the best I can with what's been blessed with me. So I just keep going, So, and he's a great kid. He's had his journey, and he's told me that I can be open about talking about it. And
That is incredible. I was
incredible.
wondering
Yes.
that as we're sitting here, like, is
Yeah.
it okay? And
Yeah.
I love that he's given
Yeah.
you his,
And he's home, and he's trying to get, everything kind of lined back up and find his purpose. And, as a parent, I received the Nebraska Merit Mother of the Year 2 years in a row. And one of the things that I'm being nominated, I think, for this year is the fact that I keep showing up. Like, I'm not
yeah.
done yet. Like, even though he's 19,
Amen.
even though we're never done parenting our
no,
kids.
that might be the theme of this show
Yes.
is keep showing up.
Seriously.
Maybe.
Yeah.
And I learned
honestly.
from my mom. My mom
Yes.
always just shows up. And
Yes,
I think
and
it's
you
about
do.
the heart of it all. Like,
Yes.
what do I want out of him for his life? Really, truly, now it's just about fanning the flame and hoping he stays afloat,
Yes.
So,
And you do keep showing up. In fact, you have shown up in a crown most recently.
Oh, Lord. Yes.
Yes.
Tell us how that all transpired.
So a couple years ago, I decided to go into pageantry. I don't know why. I feel like I was just inspired by a few really strong women around us, and I just thought, oh, that sounds like a journey. Some people go into, bodybuilding. At the time, I was like,
Ironmans.
Yeah, yes.
Iron Man. Let's hear about it. But I just was inspired, and I felt like that was something that.
I mean, did you have a lot of women that were in your chair? That I'm just
Like, have you done that?
Really? I've been around pageant people. There was a couple in the salon at the time as well that kind of dabbled in it, and so
Okay.
and one girl came to me and she goes, "I think you'd be really great at this, and go to this pageant." So I went to that pageant for 2 years in a row, and discovered that I was trying to kind of fit the mold for them, and it really wasn't where I was at. And so the third year I came back, switched organizations to an organization called the Ultimate International Miss.
Oh,
which
I love this.
Really went into impact and authenticity, which is a little more me.
Authenticity, yes.
Because even down to the wire, I was not going to cover up my tattoos for pageantry.
Right.
I was not going to be anyone other than myself.
Yes.
I don't like super over edited pictures. Like things like that were really important to me. And so I ended up somehow winning the elite division for that year. And it was mind blowing because I didn't realize what that year looked like. But I just continued to do what I was always doing and showing up. And
you have taken this to the next level. I feel like you have gone 12 out of 10
Above and beyond.
on the pageantry life and showing what that looks like. And I probably the thing that I love the most is you always mentoring these younger girls.
Including your daughter. Yes. Who's involved.
Yes,
Yeah.
she did. Yes, compete 2 years in a row. I think there's a metamorphosis that happens whenever you challenge yourself. I feel like you would know that as an Ironman. You really don't realize what you're capable of until you really put your feet to the fire.
Right.
And for these last 3 years, I've developed a version of me that was always there that I didn't know how to connect with. And that's part of the reason I wrote the books. I'm like, people need to know how to do this.
Yes.
And so getting deep into how to find your purpose, how to find that life that's fueled by passion, and really just understanding yourself at a next level.
Stay curious. Tune into Nebraska Public Media Omaha on 101.9 FM for trusted journalism, thoughtful conversation, and stories that connect communities. When the day winds down, discover an eclectic soundtrack that goes beyond the algorithm. Nebraska Public Media Omaha. This is your signal.
I mean, it was hands down the best thing I ever did. And everyone's like, pageantry, really? I'm like, yes.
Because I think you go back to covering up your tattoos, and I wasn't going to be someone that I wasn't. Do you feel like that is? I mean, we have had a lot of women that have been in pageants. I'm like, we are attracting these pageant women. And so I love that you shared that. And I think that's probably a stigma that a lot of us have. I know one of our guests really shared the scholarships available. That's why she started doing pageantry. I'm like, I had no idea.
The prize package for me was $5,000. So.
Okay, see, these are things that we never have known. And so there
I didn't
is.
care. Like, I didn't even know what the prize package was. I'm like, wait, I win something?
Yeah, you're like,
other than the crown?
other than that heavy ass crown on my head.
Yes.
But I speak to that. I think that's really important for women to know.
Yeah, there is a level that women don't realize that they are able to achieve, because you have to really have the authority of yourself to be able to put yourself out there authentically. I think people need to really truly know who they are. And if you don't know by the time you run into pageantry, you're going to stumble in pageantry. You'll know the girls that are just there and not understanding. But I truly believe being judged by a panel of 4 or 5 people onto what you're doing walking wise, but not to mention what you're doing in life and the purpose and passion, that you're impacting people or not. And they look for international impact too. It's not just national. So they want you to have that, not just, what are you doing in your community? It's what are you doing?
Right.
So, and it just brings you to another level. Like, you just can't believe like how you
Okay,
feel.
and what have you done internationally? I love this.
Yeah. So, a lot's coming up, but recently I went to, I've been an international educator for 20 years for major manufacturers for hair. I've done cutting on stages all over the country. So traveling to me and doing things like this wasn't abnormal. But so recently I went to the UK and was out there and was able to help, MC and be a part of that whole pageant of that division. And what I realized is, A, they love us out there. But number 2, I was able to create impact even while I was there by having a little round circle conversation with the women prior to them going on. And I realized I'm like, people can relate with me somehow. So I need to bring this international. And so when I wrote the book, because in November I was still in the process of writing it, I was like, I need to create a system, and then I need to create a community. And so the community was more of an elevated brand of what I'm doing with this. It's the red heels. It's the collection of people that that want to take and elevate their lives even further. Mm-hmm. And events, And I'm not really one that's like, oh, events. But like when I go to the UK next, I'm going to bring this one thing that I did this last pageant, which was called The Power of One. And I stood there and made like all these women were just like, and I had to like relate from age 5 to age 90.
Oh, yeah.
And honestly, because I am in children's ministry, that wasn't that hard for me.
Right.
So I was able to say, okay, well, if I take this broadband, like across the world, why can't I just roll up in UK and pull up and say, hey.
Amen.
And I can
Yes.
use the women that I know, because in pageantry, you're connected with people all over the world.
Very good point.
Yeah.
So, and they want me in South Africa, they want me in Australia, they want me in the UK, and I'm like, deal. Let's make it happen. So how does that look? Now I just need to get the connections that I have there to bring me in, and then be able to put on these things where people literally have life-changing moments. So.
And why is that why you wrote the book?
No, that's not what I wrote the book. I kind of knew when I started the book. Well, okay, truth be told, my editor Kathy was like, "You have a book," and she's been telling me that for probably 2 years.
Yes.
And I'm like, "I don't have a book." She's like, "No, you have a book," and I'm like, "I do not have a book." Finally, one day, I'm like, "You know what? I think I have a book." And so, but part of that was from the coaching journey that I had inside of pageantry, and that's why it's so important to have coaches.
Yes.
Because they bring things out,
Yes.
Sisters Next Door, that you don't realize you need.
Yes.
Because you're like, oh my God, I never thought about that. Or I didn't know I was perceived that way. Or I didn't know I had that ability to have that impact. And so I wrote this and co-wrote this journal with my coach. And she's like, here's what you got to write. And I'm like, oh my God. And so this journal became kind of the outline.
Yeah.
Because Kathy goes, this is your book. And I'm like, oh my God, it's my book. So, and I was able to fill in with stories and me filling out the actual journal.
Right.
And putting it into the book form. And it masterfully happened. I actually had a woman walk up to me the other day. She goes, I'm reading this really great book. I'm like, what? And I'm at the state board meeting. I'm like, wait, what? What book? She's like, yours. I'm like, wait, mine? She goes, no, I have the whole, she's got people that are in the office reading it now because she's just impacted by it. I'm like, this is wild. So it's not just me that feels good about it.
And it is a wonderful, I have to say, I sat down and just devoured it. And I love that there's questions at the end. Yes.
You have to fill the questions. And some people read it all the way through, and then they go back and fill it out.
I was just going to say, there is no right or wrong.
No.
Again, I'm a fill it out as we go along girl.
I ask some deep questions. So, I mean, some people have to kind of contemplate them.
Yeah.
So.
And what's your most proudest, what is the thing you're most proud of as we're kind of like book, pageantry, adoption? I mean, all the things that you've done, what is the thing you're most proud of?
Right now, I mean, obviously I'm going to say my kids and what they're doing with their lives, but I think if I can elevate that even further, the strength of my daughter. I see what she's doing right now, and she had to sit with me during COVID, watching me do all these lives as one of the people in the community of hair that was like, okay, we got to stay alive, guys.
Yeah.
But she watched me do lives at age 3, and she's out on the deck doing lives on her little tiny fake cell phone. And so, but I've seen her kind of grow, and she's able to speak to me sometimes even and say, Mom, maybe you should do this, or maybe you shouldn't do that,
How old is she now?
She's 9.
Yeah.
She's going to be 10. She told me not to listen to some music the other day. So she is a mind of her own. And I think seeing the impact I've even been able to have. Now, it's hard to impact your own kids.
Yeah.
Because you can't always do that.
Right.
They don't
Force it.
receive it.
Right.
They don't want to be like you. But for her, what I'm seeing is that she's taking pieces of what I'm doing and building her own journey, which is phenomenal. So that's something I'm most, and my son Ian too, he's just recently got on the mayor's council, the student advisory council representing West Side, and so he's really proud of that. I'm so proud of him. And would he
incredible.
have ever been in civic type situations? Maybe
He hadn't seen you.
Right.
Maybe not.
Yeah.
I don't know. But he's did his own journey now, and and Seth coming into his own, and I just think there's some sort, I don't say pride in that, but I'm proud of my kids and what they're trying to accomplish, even though there are bumps along the way. You're going to publicly fail. You're going to have these situations. So here's how you get up.
So at the end of your life, and we all know where we're going.
Yeah.
Praise God.
Yes.
But what do you want your children to say about you?
Oh gosh, my kids. I mean, I know I want people to say that I made a difference in their
Yeah.
life. For my kids, though, I just want them to feel like I was able to be there and be present. When I say present, meaning I'm showing up. I'm there for their events. I'm doing as much as I can as a parent because they know that I'm busy. I'm an entrepreneur.
Right.
I do 100 million things.
Yes.
I know that I'm short. My shortcomings are maybe I'm not always present in the room, but I can be present with you.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
but I think, just that I was there, that I was a memory in their life that helps them to feel like they were at home at the time. So I'm not a very good cook, so that's one.
Well, neither am I.
I was just
You
that
have
was
other strengths. You have other strengths. I know.
I cook all day. I just can't cook.
yeah, you're like, I just only see
That
you
is
drink
awesome.
matcha, so I'm like, I'm like, do you ever eat? But
Yes,
that
I
is
do.
that is a question I was
quit
gonna.
matcha.
You what?
I just quit matcha.
You did.
quit it.
I did. I know.
Wow.
I know. Everyone's like, wait, what? I'm
How are you
like,
gonna
I'm about a
survive?
week and a half off of matcha. I just wanted to see if I could do it.
You're like, if something
That's
becomes
good for
addictive,
you.
I'm just gonna see if I can do it. How? What is the goal? Do you have a goal? Just
No, I'll probably
each day at a time.
have one every once in a while just to have fun
Yes,
again. It's
but
a
not
very
every-
good, enjoyable thing for me.
Yes.
And it's something I really, really enjoy. There's a part of me that's like, oh, I get done with work, I could go get a matcha. It was just something.
Yeah.
And people feel the same way sometimes about cigarettes.
Yes.
Oh, I got,
Right.
Or
it's a
champagne.
reward.
Right. Or champagne.
Correct. Alcohol. Yes.
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 And so I just want to make sure that I'm disciplined enough in
Yes.
my own, life and my body that
Good for you.
I love that. I did that with hot tamales.
Oh, girl.
Never gone back. I do too. I love them. I love them. But
Red licorice.
oh, I
Just peel it off.
Yes.
love that. I was going to ask, I always love asking the question is, what do you wish what's something about yourself that you wish people knew about you?
Oh gosh. I think that that's a great question. I have a lot of layers. I have a lot of depth. And so I think people see, one thing for me, but they also think that I'm busy myself for natural reasons that I have to do it or I'm covering something up, but it's literally all I've ever known in my life to be a part of many different things
Yeah.
at once.
Yeah.
And you do it well.
Yes, you do.
Thank you. The authenticity behind it is there. It's not because I need to prove anything. It's
Yeah.
not because I feel like I'm lacking anything. I truly don't. I have a lot of really great support system around me. I have 6 wonderful people that I
Yes.
specifically ask if I need help.
Yes.
I am definitely not the type of person to, dive off the deep end and go crazy, and just really have too much. And I feel like with my life, I have a lot of depth to my life. And I
Yeah.
think people that maybe are close enough to me maybe assume they think they know. And a lot of them maybe don't. So I have a lot of fun things.
And
in my
I
head.
think to whom much is given, much is
Yes.
expected, right?
Yes, that's
As-
always been a
Yes.
verse
Yes.
that stuck out to me.
And
yes.
you have been given so many great strengths, and you feel like again, you don't want to get to the end of your life and have a song in your heart or
Yeah.
it's something that you didn't do, that you didn't use all of the gifts that God gave you, and you're all in,
Oh
and
my
I
gosh.
love that.
It's so
And-
funny because there was one person. Well, I was at the pageant this last couple of weeks ago, and there was a karaoke song that came on, and so I picked up the microphone and I started singing.
Of course you
And
did.
Because she can sing too.
Two of my staff members are up in the. They're like, "Is that Shannon?" And they start looking. They're like, "No way!" Didn't know I could
can
sing.
sing too.
I mean, I was an award-winning trumpet player. So I mean, there's
See?
really
There you go,
think
the
you know me,
trumpet.
but you just don't.
Exactly.
You're like,
I have layers beyond layers.
I love when you said you have layers. That's so
Yes.
beautiful.
And I think that people look at the outer appearance,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
The beautiful physique and
Yeah.
the beautiful blonde hair and the put together and all of that. And sometimes they can probably judge, right?
Assume.
And
Yes.
yes.
It
assume
happens a
that-
lot.
Yes.
It's all my
Yeah.
life, and that's okay. I know people just are it's their own limiting beliefs that stop people
Yes.
from truly understanding
Yes.
someone.
Yep.
So maybe they don't feel like they're ready to come to figure out who I am at that point, and that's okay too. But I think people can grow when they learn people's depth
Yes.
and get past the facade. I have a lot of people that think I'm extremely intimidating, which I'm way more afraid of you than I am of anything else. Like, I'm not going to,
Yes.
that's not who I am at my core. I literally grew up on a farm.
Yeah.
My humble roots, I think, keeps me grounded
Yeah.
in a lot of reasons. And I honestly, I can dress super cute, but I did post the other day. I said, it's more about being, it's nice to be pretty. Nice to be pretty.
Yeah,
But it's
absolutely.
better to have presence.
Amen.
And so when you walk into a room,
Yes.
is there presence there? It's one thing to have beauty, because I mean,
Yes.
that I think that can work against people sometimes.
Right.
So
I love that. That is one of my favorite things you've said today.
thank you. Yeah, I was on my note for Instagram yesterday. But I got a lot of people that hit off of that. They were like, say it louder for the people in the back. I'm like,
Yes,
it's
thank
really
you.
Something that people like, it's pretty isn't where it's at. Like, people so focused on and
Yes.
in my industry, we're so focused on
Yes.
the external.
Yes.
And I mean, I will help you get to your best external self.
Yes.
But in my chair and in my salon, I hope that you get to your best internal self as well. So,
Wow. That is really great.
yeah. And the same with my business partner. We're both very much in that same realm.
I love that.
And you do such a great job of, I think sometimes for women, it's hard to compliment
Yeah.
other women and to, and you do an exceptional job of that.
Thanks. Yeah,
You
I
are-
love women. I love how women, I just feel like there's so much depth to what we are.
Yes.
And I think that it's missed so many times because we're so worried. And, you know, when you introduce yourself to someone, you really forget their name right away. And the reason why is because you're more focused on what you're saying
Yes.
and how you're being
Right,
interpreted.
right. Yeah.
So you don't focus. So my intention is to focus on the person and stop knock it off.
Yeah.
Like,
yes.
you're being presented how you are because your insecurities are showing first. So remembering a name
Yes.
is so important when you're introducing yourself. And I think that just shows, like, women just need to realize, you know,
That is profound.
not a bit. And I honestly, I'm not a huge competitor. Like, believe it or not, people don't believe that about me, but my competition is very low on my Gallup strengths.
Yes.
Achiever's actually very low as well. But I don't have to achieve and I don't have to compete. It's not about that for me. So it's about building my best self, and I want everyone to win.
And leaving others better than you found them,
Yes.
right?
I
With
always
that
think you
feeling
need
of
someone
increase.
to bring up and someone to mentor.
Yes.
Yes.
Timothy
Yes.
needs a Paul. So
And do you have someone who is your mentor right now? Someone that I think there are seasons that you have a coach
Yes.
or a mentor, and then you kind of
Yeah.
Elevate.
Yeah.
yes, I always keep my 6
Yes.
that I have.
Yeah.
I do believe that there's spiritual ones that I have. There's also ones that have pushed me past what I'm absolutely capable of, and I really didn't realize I could. Like, oh, I didn't think about that, or whatever. And then, of course, my family, because I think the support of them has been, key in all of this. So,
Absolutely.
but I think that mentor-wise, during pageantry, there was 2 coaches that I had that were exceptional for me, because to be able to speak into someone like me, you got to be a strong girl.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, you have to be able to say what I need to hear. And these women could say it, and I would receive it. That's
Yes.
and
absolutely.
so I think that they brought me to another level. One's name was Ashley Reichlinger, and the other one's Julie Cangelosi. And they did phenomenal for me during the pageant. And still to this day, I watch and I see and I know that they're there for me if I need them. And they're saying, and same for them as well. If they need me, I'm able.
Right.
And,
This is a lifelong
Yes.
friendship,
Yeah.
which is
Yeah.
wonderful.
And it all came from pageantry.
See, exactly.
So-
all back to that,
Yeah.
that unexpected.
And one was an international title holder, and one was a runner-up to a title holder who's currently going to compete again. So
And will you be a part of that the next? I forget. Have you?
She's
passed?
like, I don't know.
know.
what's next for me? I keep asking. It's like when you get married, and then the next question's like, are you going to have kids?
Have kids.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, I
Yeah.
know.
So,
So
when you're
now
done with the marathon, what's next
Yeah.
for you? You know, it's truly, I'm open. I have had a lot of consideration as to what my journey looks like next. A lot of coaching has happened already. A lot of people that are wanting to have time with me.
Yes.
So I've got a few clients. I've got some people that want to work social media. I've got some people that want to work through the book. I've got people that are stemming from things like that. But then not to mention, so okay, yes, I'm probably going to end up judging a lot more pageants. I've already judged
Oh, how fun.
quite a few. In
Yes.
fact, the current Mrs. Nebraska America, I crowned her first because I was at their local competition before she went to the
my
state level, and
goodness.
she won. So I'm pretty good at picking, I think.
You're a good picker. I got a good picker.
Yes.
Well, being in it for a few years now at a mature level,
Yes.
I have a better, I think, a vantage point. But I coach. I've been and I've been recruited by several different organizations right now for pageantry. But I'm just one of the women that I've been with her daughter. As my little sister
Right.
queen, she said that the organization that she's going to be competing in, the director reached out to her saying, "Hey, what about the misses from your pageant?" She's like, "Nope."
Oh.
And the girl's like, "Why not?" She goes, "Because she's a threat. I'm not going to compete against her." And I was like,
I'm not gonna-
I'm a threat. When did I become a threat? I mean, I was like, what? I mean, my mind was blown. I'm like, I'm not going to beat you. But, there's a story I tell
compliment.
in my book about a girl named Abby. And it was backstage at the pageant it was in Kings Court, Tennessee for ultimate. Well, actually, that one was the international pageants. She's actually competing again this year, so I'm fun to watch her. But she was backstage with me, and she kind of had tapped out, like she was giving up. She was throwing her, interview suit over the top of the rack, and she's like, I don't know why I even brought this. I'm not going to hit on stage question. I won't make top 15. And I looked at her, and I'm like, you tapping out already? And she goes, come on now, look at you, and she started pointing to all the people she probably had in her head all week.
Right.
And I looked at her and I was like, are you going to let me beat you? And she kind of blinked back, and she's like, and then she had nothing really to say after that. So when we got up on stage and they called the top 15, guess who was called?
Oh, no surprise.
Abby.
Wow.
Abby was called, and she looked back at me right away. Like, oh my gosh, guess who was not called? Myself.
Wow.
Oh,
And so I feel like sometimes as women, we can get in our own heads.
yeah.
Yes.
Even men.
Absolutely.
Even men. I see men do it all the
Yes,
time. It's ego
yes.
with them a little
Right,
bit more.
right.
But with men, it's ego. With women, we just overcomplicate it sometimes.
Yes.
And we just make it to where it's why can't we shine? Why can't
Right.
we be the whole
Right.
woman that we can be?
Right.
Like, what's holding us back, and what's
That
really that power
unworthiness
that we
or
can
that-
tap
yeah.
into? Yes.
Wow.
And where's it come from?
Yeah.
So, what are we called to be? What are we called to be?
Yes.
And that story's in the book, and like I love that she's competing again because she is showing up this year. I was like, get it done, sis. So, good luck, Abby.
It's powerful what your words.
Yes.
I
Yes.
mean, your words can be so powerful to people.
Yeah, and I don't even remember why that was said, like why I said that. I just felt like challenging her, and I'm competing
Yes.
against her.
Right.
Right.
In the back room, we're all sitting around going,
Wow.
she's gonna probably get it. She's gonna probably get it. We're all sitting
Right.
comparing because
Right.
comparison is the thief of
Yes.
joy.
Yes.
And we sit there and we like sink in our own misery. So
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you have just built such incredible things your entire life. And I know this is just the beginning for you.
that's wild. Just say it almost 50.
The beginning. I mean, I'm like, we got 50 more years.
we do.
all of us.
Yeah, we do.
I'm like, thank you, God, that we met each other
Yes.
in this back
Yes.
half of our life,
So
right?
wild. I love it.
I'm like, we get to be together for the next 50
Yes.
years and cheering each other on. So as we bring this in for a landing, first of all, I want to, any social media, anything that they can, that you can share with our listeners?
Yes, of course. So in my book, you can always go to the website. It's theshannonbingham.com. So THE shannonbingham.com. And it actually has a free resource on there if you want to pull it up. It is the original journal that was open for anyone to download and
my
see.
gosh.
It's a heavy one, so be ready. But it's very blank. It's very much about you. But then if you really wanted to dive into the book and understand a little bit more about what this journey looked like, I mean, that's what you want to do, which is it's available on Amazon. You can also look me up on Instagram at the Shannon Bingham with Instagram and several. I have 100 different.
Yes. Well, you're all
Yes.
over. You're all
But-
over.
And you're in our
You'll
show
find
notes, so that's beautiful.
Yes.
Yes. And the book, like I said, is absolutely incredible. So you definitely, as well as the red shoes. I mean, that really is, as I
Yes.
makes it. So we always ask our guests, our podcast is called Meet Me in the Penthouse.
Yes.
So what does Meet Me in the Penthouse mean to you?
Oh, I see community. Like for me, it's a community for, especially knowing you two. Like it's not about
Music
the look.
to our ears.
It's not about, you say penthouse because it's big enough to fit everybody. It's
Oh,
not little.
amen.
You didn't ask me to
Yes.
come to a little place and shack on the, lake or anything. It was a big enough place for everyone to be. And I feel like
Yes.
that's, you two in a nutshell. So, and I so
Thank
appreciate
you.
you two. You guys are rock stars and powerhouses. And I don't know, I'm just blessed to know you.
And there's
Thank you.
more from Shannon, but there's more of us together. I know that. I know God, this is no coincidence that God has us on a journey
We're not
together
done yet.
for some, we're not done yet. So if you loved this, which I know you did, please share this with your friends.
Yes.
Please like and review us. We are so grateful. And just continue to leave others better than you found them, and take that advice from Shannon. My gosh, I mean, just beautiful advice, and making that ultimate impact, right? That's all what we're put on this earth to do. So thank you so much, and thank you, Shannon.
Thank you for having me, both of you. I appreciate you guys so much.
Thanks so much for joining us for another episode of Meet Me in the Penthouse. And we would love to have you follow us at www.sistersnextdoor.com.
Anywhere that you listen to your podcast, please feel free to give us 5 stars, because we know you're going to find us fabulous, and pass this along to any friends that you know would enjoy this episode.